The maiden edition of the inter-secondary school debate organized by AD4 Communications Limited, owners and operators of AD4 TV Radio in partnership with MacArthur Foundation and Wole Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism, took place in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria, centered on the issue of corruption as it affects the public education sector in the territory. During the debate, students demonstrated their knowledge of the subject of corruption and to either propose or oppose the motion, which says corruption impacts on the quality of education and its delivery in the FCT. The three-day debate had 120 students and their teachers drawn from 12 selected schools from within the FCT in attendance. Each school fielded 4 students to participate in the debate. To kickstart the debate, the chairman of AD4 Communications Limited, Dr. Jacob Alada, in his welcome address, stated that the major aim of the exercise was to identify the young people in schools and inculcate in them a sense of nationhood based on responsibility, accountability, and transparency.
So we'll see how corruption, can become and how impacted on this country, whether negatively or positively. It's left to you to talk about.
He therefore urged the participants and audience to actively participate in the debate, which would be an annual event and beneficial to the students as well as the society at large.
What premium does the Nigerian government place on education? How much is budgeted for? How well are these funds utilized? What quality of teachers, students, and graduates are learning institutions churning out? For answers, join us on Leaves and Worms, an expository and incisive program showing every week on AD4 TV Radio, sponsored by Wole Soyinka Center for Journalism and supported by MacArthur Foundation. Don't miss it.
Corruption, to my own ideology, simply means misuse of public office for private use. So, having no meaning of corruption, the following are the impact of corruption on education in Nigeria. First and foremost, we have corruption as caused inadequate learning facilities in Nigeria. Because corruption has eaten deeply into the heart of Nigeria, when government issue out or give learning facilities to schools, most of these facilities which are meant to aid students in their learning and their understanding are being misappropriated or diverted by some corrupt persons.
Ordinarily, lecturers and teachers are meant to get their salaries at the end of each month. But after 2 or 3 months, when you don't get these salaries, they try to prepare for help by going to strike. This strike affects students when they join bad career groups. Some girls get pregnant, and it also increases the number of years that they spend in the university.
Corruption stresses the well-being of a school. For example, if you go to some schools today in Nigeria, they don't have good equipment for learning. They don't have good chairs, classes, no even good boards for writing. Secondly, corruption has causes on seriousness. Some students today don't like reading their book. Out late at night, go out with all sorts of friends and do all sorts of parties and come back late and sleep. But they know that their parents are rich enough to drive the lecturer.
Do you know that people are running away from schools these days? Why are the youth describing or referring to school as a scam? Why can't Nigerian citizens enjoy a free and decent education? Can a nation rise or grow above the quality of education she produces? Do you know that people now advertise examination malpractice using signposts in Nigeria? What a war! Corruption is a masquerade that is chasing the nation day and night.
To understand what corruption is, first thing that it has an impact on education. Corruption means dishonest or fraudulent conduct by those in power or individuals, mostly involving bribery. While education is the process of exploiting learning, acquiring knowledge, values and virtue, whether formally or informally.
Why are we having millions of outlaws and children? Why do you think the athletes send their world to get standard education outside Nigeria? Why can't the poor afford good schools for their children? Why has our educational system remained the same? Why can't we enjoy smart classrooms instead of these old and analog classrooms? My attentive audience, I will leave you to listen to our argument. Thereon, we know the answer to this question.
In the 60s, when there were no infrastructure and corruption, students were writing a slate and attending classes under shades of tree, yet they were still giving quality education. A standard 6 graduate there is almost equivalent to a secondary student today. What is the difference? Is because they were committed and passionate teachers. In addition, a student who knows the value of education and has great dreams for a future will not be so affected by corruption in the society.
Low budgetary system. The president and the legislature have failed to put the educational sector first at hand by allocating the highest amount of money to security and leaving the educational sector with the least amount of money.
One reason why I believe that the educational system in Nigeria is not being affected by corruption is because of the recent building projects that have been underway recently. On July 21st, 2021, the Nigerian government approved the construction of 4 universities in states such as Gombe, Jigawa, FCT, and Kaduna. In addition to this, the Nigerian president also signed a take-off grant of 4 billion naira to technical universities each, and also a take-off grant of 5 billion naira to healthcare facilities in these universities. Now, I have a question for you. You said that the educational system in Nigeria is being affected by corruption. Don't you think that this money can be diverted to the private pockets? A third reason why I believe that the educational system in Nigeria is not being affected by corruption is because of the caliber of people who have graduated from it. The likes of Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala.
Nowadays, scholarships are being handed to people with good results in order for them to go to university. So what then is the need of having to engage in the exam malpractice to be able to gain admissions into the university? Secondly, my opponent also stated that the low quality of equipment in our schools have also caused corruption. But it is I think no, because nowadays inspectors have been hired to go around schools to inspect the quality of their equipment, the quality of their teachers and their environment.
Success stories. There are a lot of people that have achieved their goals in this life when they were paying attention, working hard, and also studying hard. Causing corruption still existing.
Qualified teachers are getting experts now seeing opportunities with private institutions in and outside the country. These are created for power employed into the system. It has further reduced the number of qualified experts, leading shortage of good teachers in the system.
What happens when government allocations meant for development of education, such as textbooks, laboratory equipment meant for development to be free, are sold on the street? When a teacher is still on payroll and has not shown up for months? When a student cheats and exam officials accept bribes to change results? When fraudulent contracts are awarded for learning materials and have not given to the students? This is corruption.
Corruption is a dishonest fundamental act committed by those in power, typically involving bribery.
It is now a business as usual in Nigeria, when the government ignores the importance of education. One may ask, do their children are likewise affected since they are members of the community? The answer is no. They take their children to the outside countries where they may receive better education.
Secondly, favoritism and nepotism occurs in schools. The quality of Nigerian education is at the level that only group of people can afford for it. Corruption is evidently seen in the admission of students into schools. But some parents tend to pay higher for the admission of their own into a particular school.
Nigeria is our country. Corruption makes us in Nigeria. We are not going to leave Nigeria for anyone. We are going to fight with corruption. I'm urging everyone here that we should not just talk about corruption, but we should stand up against corruption. Let's fight against corruption and get our work and peaceful country back again. Let's fight against corruption. We should not let corruption chase us out of our country. This is our country. We are citizens of Nigeria. Corruption cannot chase us out of our country.
Ilimi shine ginshikin ci gaban kowace irin al'umma. Wane irin kima ne hukumar gudanarwa na birnin tarayya ta baiwa ilimi? Kasafin nawa ne aka ware wa bangaren ilimi? Ta yaya ake amfani da waɗannan kuɗaɗen da aka ware wa ilimi? Menene matsayin ingancin malamai da ɗalibai da waɗanda suka kammala manyan makarantu da kuma su kansu makarantun da ake gudanar da harkokin koyo da koyarwa? Domin samun amsoshi, kasance tare da Leaves and Worms a cikin shirin baje koli da faɗakarwa wanda ake gabatarwa a kowane mako a tashar AD4 TV Radio, wanda cibiyar Wole Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism tare da haɗin gwiwar gidauniyar MacArthur Foundation suka ɗauki nauyi. A kasance tare da shirin.
I'll go straight to the point.
according to how the judges have seen and graded you. We'll start with the fourth school, and with a total of 398 points. Let's please clap hands for Government Girls Secondary School. You're doing well. Thank you very much. They will do better next time. They have really tried. And then with a total of 410 points and coming in the third position, we have Government Day Secondary School. Well, with a total of 439 points, and in the second position we have GSS, that is Government Secondary School Airport. We have Government Secondary School
At the end of the interesting and engaging debate, the Government Secondary School Peggy emerged winners, with Government Secondary School Airport Road Abuja, Government Day Secondary School Buari, and Government Secondary School Abaji coming second, third and fourth respectively. All the victorious debaters were awarded trophies. Other participating students were issued certificates of attendance.
I'd also like to thank 84 TV Radio, MacArthur Foundation and Wole Soyinka Club for Investigative Journalism for organizing this kind of program. This is one in a million type of program because it has lectured us a lot about how corruption is biting hard and harder into the educational sector. So this program will help many students present here to pass the information down to the school to bring corruption to an end. So I'd just like to say thank you.
I want to thank 84 TV for hosting this program, and also MacArthur Foundation and Wole Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism. I want to thank all of them for their efforts and for everything they have done for this competition. I would just like to say thank you to all of you. Thank you.
I want to thank everyone that hosted this competition because it was one, like he said, it was one in a million. I never expected such a thing to happen. The competition was fair. For the first time in my life, I went for a competition that it was fair. The winners really deserved it. I'm really proud of everyone who came, everyone who sponsored it, because this was one in a million. It really tackled the major problem in our education system, which is corruption. So I want to say thank you to people who even thought of sponsoring and hosting such a competition. So I'm really grateful.
I want to say a big thank you to the leaders of this competition. I really learned a lot, and I'm sure my colleagues also learned a lot from it. And I promise that I and my colleagues, we are going to pass this information down to our school. Thank you.
After the presentation of awards, principals of the schools were appreciative of the initiative and had this to say.
The event is really very nice and fruitful. I really want to appreciate the AD4 TV Radio Foundation, MacArthur Foundation, and Wole Soyinka Center for Journalism. I want to really appreciate them for their effort and their determination to see corruption is limited in our schools. And this debate that just took place, I think is a marvelous one. And we cannot appreciate them enough because our children, they really perform very well. And we hope with this their support, we continue to do our best to eradicate corruption in the country.
I am very happy to witness this debate because you all agree with me that one issue, or one of the reasons why Nigeria is where it is today is a result of this topic we're debating on, that is the issue of corruption. It is not that Nigeria don't have resources, not that we don't have the manpower, not that the policies are not there, but one thing that have been making the international countries and others referring to us as underdeveloped or third world country is because of the lack of will to put these processes into action.
It's a wonderful program, and I think we need this type of program in our system where corruption has eaten up into the areas of society. So the AD4 TV, radio station foundation and the Bakato Foundation and that of Wole Soyinka investigative journalism is a good one, and we're encouraging them. They can do better than this.
That corruption is just like the monster living with us every day, every night, and anywhere we move to, we move with it. The education sector in this country is the most established sector, is the largest sector of the country we are living in as our nation, Nigeria. But you cannot rule out the fact that corruption has reduced the sector of Nigerian economy to the lowest level of the year need. Let's take for example, those of us who have worked in Body House, you discover that the company will allocate huge sum of money for feeding of these children by looking at them. Before you know, you will see the principal receiving the allocation for that school. You will see the principal receiving account number from different angles just because they want to divert that from doing for the feeding of children. Sometimes some of the directors have visited schools where they discover that what they cook for this children in the dining hall is nothing to write home about. Why? Not that money has been allocated, but those funds have been diverted, not only by the principal, but by those who are ahead of him, who are put him there. They want to get their own share. Is that no corruption? Is that no corruption? Most of the schools established in 2016, 2017, 2018, in my place in Abuja, single secondary school, no single structure up to now. Money has been allocated, budgeting every year. Budget has been going on. Oh, we are going to do this, we are going to raise buildings. But now, nothing has been done.
Very good event, very wonderful. The message is a very good message, which if it is adhered to, it will lead this country to a greater height. And then why I'm even grateful for the program is because they start with the students, which are the grassroots. And when they start such a program of anti-corruption with them, if they imbibe it at this stage, they will continue with it. And then since they will be the next future generation of this country, we hope that the country will be a better place.
I have a little story which normally goes around on the social media on corruption, where it moved this way that, let's say, the board instructs the teachers or the principals to collect 200 naira from students for their examination script, and the principal instructs the teachers to tell all the students. Then the student or the teacher on passing the information to the student, he told the student that they should inform their parent that they are to give 300 naira for their what? Examination script. The teacher adding what? 100 naira for himself. That's the first step of corruption. The student don't know what happened. Some of the students now, when they want to like tell their parents, they'll say, Daddy, mommy, mommy, our teacher asked us to bring 500 naira for examination script. Adding how much? 200 naira. Can you see how the corruption is now going? We move next. Mommy wants to tell that. Mommy will say what? 1,000 naira, God bless you. So that's how corruption starts. And I remember this saying that maybe most of our students will not know it, but some of the teachers and the panel of judges can give me the answer to this. That they normally say, if you can't beat them, or the students are already aware, so what are we doing? Please, how will we fight corruption? If you can't beat them, what are you supposed to do? Leave them. Leave them. No, leave them. Okay, fight them. If you can't fight them, what can you do? Leave them.
The event is very interesting, and I want to say I appreciate the organizers of this event. It's an eye-opener, and I pray that God will sustain this program so that at least it will help us to reduce the rate of corruption in the country.
Corruption must do what? Must die, whether we want it or not. We are going to fight it to the last. Corruption must die in this country. Do you believe that? Yes. If you do, then tell yourself that the corruption, that change must do what? Begin with me. It must begin with me. If you want corruption to die in our country, then change must begin with what? Me. If you're ready to change and ready to change, then I believe that corruption must do what? Die. Many of us are where we are today because we don't have Godfather. They say change begins with us. We should stop studying, what is it called? We should stop studying employment. It is very clear that if you don't have 800,000, 500,000, you cannot buy employment today in Nigeria. These are the future leaders. And I also believe that we should have the interest of these children in our mind. Because if we, the leaders, if we, the teachers, we, the leaders of schools, do what is right, these children, they will learn from us. So please, the organizers, I'm pleading and emphasizing that whatever has put in your mind to organize this program, we should try as much as possible to walk the talk, to eliminate this disease that has eaten deep into our dear country. See that many of our children, they don't have interest in what is happening. They just tell you, no, I just want to go to school. Now after you finish school, what's next? If you don't have anybody out there, you can't go further. It shouldn't be so. Everything should be done on merit. So even having said that, also want to advise our students, you have heard it all. Change should begin with you. Fight corruption. Stop talking, even though you say most of the points are placed into talk about examination malpractice. You can run away, you can decide to stand out. You can decide to do what? Stand out. Even when you see, even when your teacher gives you the examination, tell them you don't need it, that you have read. And before you can do that, that means you have studied, you have sat down, you have studied, you can beat your chest that I can't meet your examination malpractice. You can tell the teacher that this is what I have learned and I want to practice. Thank you.
Yesterday, a student asked me a question, and I've been thinking of that question up to now. She said, "Sir, can we actually fight corruption?" She also asked me, "Are you corrupt?" Often I've been thinking of this question because I thought over and over again on this question. Now, when you look at corruption, for instance, just take our president as a case study. When he came in, his target was to fight corruption. But corruption was it is still too big in Nigeria. And when you are fighting it this way, it will be punching at you at the other side. a president, a general, one's head of state, and a politically elected president determined to fight this corruption. You know what happened? Corruption shuts him down. Instead, he now silenced the aspect of corruption, number one. EFCC was created to fight corruption. They should assign us to investigate EFCC. We still discover that the ones that are fighting the corruption, they are already corrupt.
Corruption needs a lot of determination, needs a lot of effort. Oftentimes, I liken the issue of corruption to that of security. It's a collective effort. That's all we need to fight corruption. And it starts from us, from home. As little as lying is a corruption. Because if they are being economical with truth, then it means if they are vested in power or they are entrusted in people's common wealth, then there's every tendency for you, to distort, things.
The 3-day event, which was adjudged successful by all, clearly awakened the consciousness of the students to their responsibilities as leaders of tomorrow.
It gives the students an opportunity to express themselves and express their views about corruption and what they feel and what they believed can be done to curb corruption, especially in the education sector.
It's an effort to begin to conscientize younger Nigerians about the ills of corruption in the country, especially within the education sector.
Most of these points that this student raised, that maybe the structures, they are not there, the exam malpractices and all that one. All these ones, yes. In FCT is known to have a zero tolerance to exam malpractices. And that is why some of them even said that you see inspectors coming.
We thank God for the success. Actually, it was a teamwork. We, all the teachers, will team up to work together to prepare the students so that they'll be able to make a good presentation.
I enjoyed this event, and really the topic gave me much concern. The topic was the impact of corruption on Nigerian education. I was thinking that the impact of corruption was just few on Nigerian education, but my coming here made me learn more.
And I also learned that despite the corruption in Nigeria, in some aspects, education has really outsmarted the antics of corruption in the system.
Debating, which have motivated me to have the confidence to come here and see out my points.
This occasion we live now transcends beyond now. The benefits to you, students, will better be appreciated in the future. This is the beginning of the training of young men and women, or boys and girls, who will become like representatives of anti-corruption movement, probably in FCT amongst youth.
It is pertinent to say that the seriousness of the issue of corruption cannot be overemphasized, and it is imperative that prompt and decisive action must be taken to address it in Nigeria, so that our young ones will imbibe the culture of transparency and integrity.